The anchors of Queer News tonight, and this evening we discuss the queer headlines. Religious parents sued Maryland's Anne Arundel County Public Schools after teachers used their child's chosen name and pronouns without notifying them. This lawsuit challenges the district's gender identity policy.
Gay Republican congressional candidate Reed Rasner is suing his fellow Republicans over false sexual misconduct allegations, which he calls anti-gay, rhetoric-fueled threats.
The anti-gay LDS Church inadvertently promoted designer Pono Skousen, whose Church of Martin brand celebrates LGBTQ plus former Mormons. This has sparked mixed reactions, while the brand encourages queer people to embrace their roots.
The Satanic Temple says many LGBTQ people find belonging in its faith. It also claims to be expanding legal support for transgender rights as the Trump administration withdraws a proposed gender-affirming care funding rule.
The Trump administration had to withdraw a proposed rule threatening hospital funding for transgender minors' gender-affirming care. This is a result of strong public opposition. All this important LGBTQ plus news and a whole lot more this evening on Queer News Tonight. Welcome back to Queer News Tonight. This is the world's first and only LGBTQ daily news television show, broadcasting live and available on demand on your favorite streaming channels.
Analytics company vidIQ has certified Queer News Tonight's YouTube channel as the world's most popular LGBTQ plus streaming news show. Our queer stories have reached over 12 million views.
We are proud that Queer News Tonight has more YouTube subscribers than any other LGBTQ brand in Florida.
We thank you for watching and supporting our voice in the Rainbow family. There is no other news program in the LGBTQ world like Queer News Tonight.
That's right, Vaughn. It is Wednesday, July 15th. We are live and literally out of the closet and into the headlines. So many of your important stories we will tell this evening on Queer News Tonight.
You're watching Queer News Tonight, the world's first daily LGBTQ evening news show.
Welcome to the world's most important LGBTQ evening news show.
Happening Out Television Network is a nonprofit 501c3 media company in the same models as PBS and NPR, but created for the LGBTQ plus community. Our nonprofit mission is to support the 11 pillars of our community. We want to inform and educate on the issues of lesbian, trans, Latino, Black, healthcare, seniors, students, faith, social justice, business, and of course, queer culture. Help us support our diverse communities.
We are part of one of the largest LGBTQ nonprofit media companies in America, Hotspots Happening Out, South Florida.
In 2026, our magazine is celebrating 41 years of the LGBTQ experience, and Queer News Tonight is celebrating our 5th anniversary with more than 14,000 LGBTQ television stories. We present South Florida's major LGBTQ events, including Pride Fort Lauderdale, Stonewall Pride, and Pride Fete. Our magazine, events, television news, talk, and entertainment shows support our mission to educate the LGBTQ and broader community.
This year, more than 100 community leaders will sit at this very table and share their voice as our anchors. Together, we host this show to support the LGBTQ community. Let's meet this evening's anchors at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome back to the table anchor John Hayden. I feel like I just saw you because I did, right?
Yeah.
He's a journalist for over 31 years, and he now focuses on hyper-local reporting covering LGBTQ plus issues, including Wilton Manors, Lauderdale by the Sea, Fort Lauderdale, and Oakland Park. You can see all his reports at Greater Wilton Manors on YouTube and Facebook. And welcome back to the table, John.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here. It's slow season It's slow season. Like, I'm doing reports on a 3-night budget extravaganza.
Woohoo! Yeah, I think
And that's it.
you were doing a story on like a garden party or something like that. I was like, what is going on?
I would kill for a good garden party right about now. But you know what? I'm enjoying it. I'm going to try and get into a few stories that have sort of been on the back burner, like a food desert in Oakland Park. And some general social justice development stories. So I'm looking forward to the rest of my summer.
But honey, enjoy the moments, okay? Because then in a couple of minutes, it's gala season, it's elections, it's everything in between, and just, salty gays that you'll have to talk about soon. So enjoy the summer.
I think I shall.
All right. Well, we love having you here, and I'm so happy to have you today on our table at Queer News Tonight. Let's welcome back to the table the beautiful Miss Franchesca D'Amore. You've been gone way too long, or I don't see you enough, okay? Plain and simple, all right? She's an advocate and holistic life coach. She is the founder of Trans Ed and is vice chair of the Broward Regional HIV Planning Council. Fran, so final days to apply for Trans Ed $25,000 scholarship is coming up July 24th. Can you tell us what's happening out?
Oh yeah, applications are closing soon for TransEd's third annual scholarship awards. We're offering 8 scholarships totaling $25,000 to support transgender and non-binary individuals pursuing higher education. Eligible applicants need to be 18 to 34, and they must submit their applications by Friday, July 24th. That's not this Friday, but the following Friday. We'll be announcing scholarship recipients on July 27th, and also, the awardees will participate in TransEd Leadership Mentor Program by engaging and mentoring our GED clients throughout the year. So those interested can apply by visiting transed.org. But remember, next Friday the 24th is the cutoff date, and 3 days later, we'll be announcing the recipients. So we're really excited about this. This is our third scholarship round that we're doing. In the first 3 years, right, Juan?
Right.
Juan is a board member. We will give away 40,000 in scholarships. Yeah, 25 the first, 2,500 the first year, 12,500 the second, 25,000 this year. So we're really proud of what we've done so far.
Oh my goodness! Congratulations! Look, in 3 years you went from giving 2,500, and I remember you giving out that scholarship, being so happy about that 2,500, saying like, "This has been my vision. I want to help kids get their better education." You are a nerd. You love to learn. You are a constant learner. She really is.
Don't let this glamorous veneer fool you.
Right?
I'm a total geek.
And you invoke that into your children, into your many, many children. I think you and Velva Lenore should have like a competition as to how many kids you each have,
She'll win, but I'm not far behind.
Well, you know what I'm saying. And now here we are, year 3, and now you're giving out $25,000. Congratulations to you, to your board. You said that the kids have I say kids because I call everybody kids. I call my gay boy kids. So don't get, offended, right? That the people applying have to be between 18 to 34. Right. What other prerequisite does someone need to have to be able to apply for one of your scholarships? So
when we first started, it was basically South Florida or Florida, and then we started getting applications from across, or phone calls or emails from across the United States. Can I apply? So we had a board meeting and we decided to make it national. So this year we're going to give away 25,000. Next year we're hoping to give away 40,000 as we're expanding to more of a national scholarship. And the emails I've been getting, these young adults or kids as we call them, there are not any other scholarships available for trans ed and non-binary folks. If not, there are very few. So we were surprised that we were getting national attention from this, but there's definitely a need.
Yeah.
So I know that the divine has inspired us through this and will continue, moving us forward so that we can allow people who want an education to have an education, equity in education.
And this, knowledge is power, and this will help queer kids, LGBTQ plus young adults finish high school, go to college. How can they use this scholarship money?
So the scholarship, this is specifically for vocational schools and for higher education, and the schools are directly paid so that we know that the monies are going directly to schools for tuition, books, that sort of thing. The leadership program is really great in that these students will be mentoring our young adults who are in the GED program. And it's an inspiration, for our clients who are getting their GED to say, wow, there's another trans or non-binary person that's in college.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not so far-fetched for me to get that degree in theater or whatever it is that I want to get, or go to med school. We have applicants that are in their last years of getting their PhDs,
Wow.
and in med school. So it's amazing. And it's really empowering, and it's a joy to do this. It really, really is.
Last year when you gave it away, I was, it's a private event, but and you were there too.
Yeah, but I was invited. Were you?
I was going to say I was lucky enough to be invited.
We both were invited. We both were invited.
Girl. But like you said, the first year, it felt so good. And I got a chance. There were light bites before the presentation, and I got to sit with some of the recipients. And just the joy that was in that room, that sense. Community is an overused word. I want to say fellowship, a bond between them. And they're disparate. They're not all linked together. It's not like one gets it so the other gets it. I just remember the good feelings of that. And this year I expect it to be twice as good of feelings because you're giving away twice as much.
I think it's going to be great. So we're really excited. And thank you, everybody, for your support. And if you'd like to support us, you could go to transed.org and find out more about us. And we'd love to talk to you about how you could sponsor an event or even sponsor one of our scholarships.
What she said. Yeah. And Queer News Tonight proudly informs you about the final days to apply for Trans Ed's $25,000 scholarship awards on July 24th. And then you'll find out all the info that you need by July 27th. Not that long, drawn out waiting time where you're like, oh my God, did I get it? Did I not get it? How am I going to use it? I'm sweating. No, 3 days later, that's it. I love that. Let's welcome anchor Von Biggs. Von is a force, period. That's it. I always like to leave his intro just finished there because it really does encompass Von Biggs. Von is a freaking force in LGBTQ plus and HIV justice, using his skills as a national speaker. He's a writer and passionate HIV empowerment advocate. He pushes back, baby, and he pushes back against stigma and complacency with unapologetic truth. Von is a community engagement coordinator for Holy Cross Health, executive committee member for the National HIV Aging Advocacy Network, and a founding board member of Trans Ed. Welcome back to the show, Von. How you feeling?
Awesome.
Yeah?
Awesome. Had a great weekend. Got to party with you a little bit over the weekend.
Oh my God, we had a great time.
I know, the sun wore us out. But
yes. Look, so quick question, right? So we're sitting at the table right now. You're sitting next to your bestie. I'm sitting next to my bestie, okay?
When are we going on double dates? No.
This is a double date. Right? This is our Wednesday evening.
This actually is our double date. That's it, How does it feel to now be working under Franchesca? You know what I mean? For so long, you had been advocates together side by side, fighting the greater good. Now with Trans Ed, that is her baby.
Right.
You're on her board.
Right.
Like, how does that feel?
So it's been amazing because with her, it was watching her dream come alive, and with her just recently graduating herself from college and getting her Juris Master degree, I got to watch her go through that journey from the years I've been with her and see her. And it just shows her leadership ability to all the kids, I'm going to call them kids as well, that are all applying for scholarships because we all struggle. I'm in college myself. Finding scholarships is not easy, for certain things. And then you have that waiting game. And it's just a joy. And she's just got a giving spirit. And I always knew when I first met her, we were going to be besties. So, yeah.
Well, something about how beautiful she is. And you're always drawn to beautiful people. There's something about her red hair and you look red. Something about her helping you dress you for many galas. On and on. I can go on and on. Well, I am super happy to have you back at the table here with us, Von, at Queer News Tonight.
And, of course, let's welcome tonight's lead anchor, FayWhat. She is, and always will be, a legendary events host, television and radio personality, the host of Hotspot's Happening Out's FayWhat show, and, little known fact, the production costume coordinator consultant for Let's Make a Deal.
In my off time.
In your off Hey, Ramon y Ramon makes Broward premiere at Savor Cinema on July 26th. What is happening out?
Yes, my dear John. So experience the Broward premiere of Ramon y Ramon on Sunday, July 26th at 5 p.m. at Savor Cinema. I love Savor Cinema in Fort Lauderdale. Directed by Salvador del Solar and starring Peruvian actor Emmanuel Soriano in his first gay role. The acclaimed LGBTQ plus drama explores grief, family, love, and self-discovery. Presented in Spanish with English subtitles, the film is part of a 3-day Peruvian film festival and has never before screened in Broward. Every ticket includes a pre-film reception featuring Peruvian cuisine, que rico, right? From Sardi Restaurant in Wilton Manors. If you haven't tried Sardi, you are missing out because Sardi is delicioso. And a post-film reception hosted by Aromas de Peru, all right? So you know that they're going to have that white liqueur that they love to drink in Peru, which is delicious, all right? Tickets you can get right now at fliff.com. And I love this. I love Savor Cinema. I love independent films. I love when our community can go see a movie that's not in their natural language and still go enjoy it. Most of our community loves seeing Latino boys. Here's your chance to see 2 of them, Ramon y Ramon. So basically the story is about Ramon, who just received his father's ashes during COVID. Right? And we all remember how that time was, and it goes through grief, love, progress, having to deal with just the fallout of losing your father, but always constantly having that connection. If you've ever lost someone close to you, you know how you share these things with your circle,
right.
And Ramon and Ramon will reflect that. It is a Peruvian film. They're having a 3 days of Peruvian films over at Savor Cinema, and they're going to feed you and give you Peruvian food and drink. I mean, it gets no better than that.
I love subtitles. Yeah, I really do. I even sometimes just turn them on, even in English language. I don't have to listen to the noise in the background, but I can read it. But I do. I love watching, and then listening to the language in the background. So it's nice. I like it.
Yeah. Well, and it's a good way to learn Spanish, kids, with the closed captioning, right? I know that you usually turn things on without the volume just so you don't hear what they're saying.
Right.
So it'll be just like you're at home, but you have to wear pants.
Okay.
All right.
If only Grindr came with that option. Well, Queer News Tonight looks forward to seeing you at Ramon y Ramon. Yeah?
Yeah, you
All
said
right.
great.
At Savor Cinema on July 26th.
I'm FayWhat, and let's queer up students and youth culture. Religious parents sue Maryland school district over staff using students' chosen pronouns. A pair of religious parents have filed a federal lawsuit against Maryland's Anne Arundel County Public Schools after teachers used their child's chosen masculine name and pronouns at school without informing them. The lawsuit, filed on July 8th, asked the court to require school staff to use the student's birth name and the pronouns associated with their sex assigned at birth. The parents are represented by the conservative legal organization America First Legal, founded by Trump advisor Stephen Miller. According to the complaint, the parents learned on December 10th, 2025, that teachers had been using their child's chosen name. School administrators reportedly declined the parents' request to revert to the student's legal name, citing district policy. And Arundel County Public Schools states that students have the right to be addressed by a name and pronoun that correspond to the student's gender identity. The parents argue the policy violates their constitutional rights and conflicts with their religious beliefs, which they say teach that, quote, God creates each person as male or female, and that biological sex cannot be changed. The district declined to comment on the lawsuit, but confirmed it was aware of the complaint. According to the Movement Advancement Project, 15 states currently require schools to notify parents when transgender or non-binary students request different names or pronouns. Parents absolutely have rights, yes, and kids deserve safety too, right? And schools are trying to navigate real lives, not political talking points. The bigger question is this: if your child doesn't feel safe telling you who they are, maybe the lawsuit isn't where the family work should begin.
Correct. I completely agree. Yeah. I think if the parents spent as much time on understanding their child and listening to their child as on fighting it, I think things could get resolved within the family and things could be agreed on, right? Yeah. And, I've counseled a lot of younger the people that are transitioning with their therapists. And I always tell them, people are transitioning with you. Your family is transitioning with you. So as you said before, parents do have rights, and I believe parents should know. But if they're in an unsafe environment, then you don't want to also put that child at risk. So it's really
I mean, are all these new laws, aren't they all about protecting the children? And this is how you protect the children.
And you're not. And as parents, you should be the ones to protect your children and whatever makes your children feel safe at that moment, you know?
I think when you think about when they get older, they're going to remember this. And that's when I feel like that's when it's going to come back and haunt the parents, because that's when these students become rebellious. They have no mental therapy access, and we have seen stories after stories and statistics after statistics about LGBTQ youth and needing mental therapy, and they're imposing this trauma onto their child by doing this as well.
Well, you presuppose that they get older.
True.
You know, suicide rate among trans kids is among the highest statistical category that you ever see. So despite the fact that the parents are trying to martyr themselves on these faux wood crosses, the real victim in this is the kid. I feel so bad for the kid. I expect that the Supreme Court will let Maryland's law stand. They've seemed to be kind of taking to trans issues state by state approach. So I think in this particular case, I think in Maryland, blue state, I think they will win. But for God's sakes, keep religion out of schools. Let that kid have some time to be themselves. I mean, you have to, it's already hard enough to be a kid. Just a kid in general. Then if you're going to try and be an out trans kid at school, you know, if you would rather face your peers than your parents over something like this, my God, that kid's got to be he's got to be in hell at home.
Time, sure.
Sad.
Hey everyone, I'm John Hayden, and let's queer up politics. Gay GOP candidate sues fellow Republicans over defamation and false pedophilia claims. Reed Rasner, who's running for Wyoming's congressional seat, is suing his fellow Republicans after they allegedly spread accusations of sexual misconduct and labeled him a pedophile. Rasner has filed a defamation lawsuit against former Wyoming State Senator Austin Kit Jennings, who allegedly led a whispering campaign accusing Rasner of sexual misconduct. Responding to the allegations, Rasner said, quote, "I've never experienced anything like this in my entire life. This just isn't the Wyoming I knew or thought I knew. The state needs to come to terms with the hate and ignorance that's fueled death threats and violence against me, all because of my sexuality." Girl. Following the accusation, Rasner shared a video supporting the ultimate punishment, his words, for anyone convicted of pedophilia. Ross Heminger, president of Log Cabin Republicans, praised the defamation lawsuit and said that he thought both parties had moved past this discriminatory rhetoric. Rasner told Semaphore.com the rumors led to his exclusion from several candidate forums, including one hosted by Wyoming Family Alliance, an organization that opposes marriage equality. Rasner has also drawn attention for his opposition to trans rights, calling gender-affirming care for trans minors child abuse. Oh my God, where to begin with this?
Start with his hat.
Yeah, first off, here's a relic, a pink MAGA hat. Should I? No. No, I'm not going to FA and FO. This guy fucked around and found out. You really thought that all this, the threats because of my sexuality that had passed, what Republican Party, what America are you living in?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? This person, by the way, is not like a chance to get a good gay into the Republican caucus in the House. Absolutely not. He's not only against trans, he calls for a nationwide ban on abortion, and he wasn't even running openly gay until he got outed. He wasn't, he got outed in a previous campaign that he ran for Senate that he lost wildly, but which is just as well. I mean, but this person who thinks we're post all that? Or is it just, oh no, rights for me, my rights are important, but not for thee? Fuck off, fascist.
No, one last thing. Can we retire this old playbook already? Calling gay people pedophiles is just freaking lazy. It's dangerous and it's effing false all the way around.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I'm getting from this story. It's just like I'm just sick of it.
See, I'm not buying it, because I think if it looks like a duck and walks like a duck and sounds like a duck, it's a duck, right? I mean, people who typically are accused of pedophilia, there's some truth behind it. There really is. I've not seen too many stories where that's happened and it's been reversed.
Okay, but most Republicans, if you are gay, they automatically say you're a pedophile,
right?
Which is just completely disgusting. And
right, which is true, because pedophilia has nothing to do with your sexual orientation or identity at all. So, but it just, to me, it's kind of like, I just wonder how much of that story is really true. And I'm thinking it already probably is true.
That's a good devil's advocate point. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I'm sorry.
Devil?
No, I took a breath.
Satan?
You took a breath,
Satan.
Franchesca.
We'll talk about Satan later.
But I think we're all, no matter whether you're in politics or not, we're all accused of being pedophiles. It's just been something, the rhetoric that has always come about, but it's heightened in politics. So, but I hear your point of view too, and I hear yours too. It's like, I'm Franchesca D'Amore, and let's queer up gay culture. LDS Church accidentally boosts LGBTQ plus brand for gay and ex-Mormons. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, which considers homosexual sexual activity as sinful under its law of chastity, has unintentionally promoted a fashion designer whose clothing brand is created for gay and former Mormon communities. The church recently shared a photo and interview with New York-based designer Pronouns on its official Instagram and Facebook accounts. However, the interview had been recorded before Skousen launched Church of Martin, a fashion brand he co-founded with fellow gay Mormon Charles Robertson. Skousen told Queerty it was, quote, actually a funny timeline. The interview was filmed over a year before it was published. Church of Martin didn't even exist yet. We launched the brand months later while the interview was still sitting in production, end quote. That's funny. Church of Martin describes itself as, quote, the brand that struggles with same-sex attraction, end quote. Its design includes a Love One Another t-shirt featuring 2 women kissing and a Gay Scouts of America hoodie. I'll salute to that. The brand says its mission is about, quote, reclaiming your past, not with resentment, but with joy, end quote. The church's social media post drew mixed reactions. One commenter wrote, quote, please just stop. Please act saintly, end quote. Another responded, quote, not sure why people are leaving hate comments when we could just be celebrating all the members of the church that want to be part of it, end quote. Skousen said he is not interested in becoming a symbol for either side of a culture war, describing Church of Martin as a silly gay fashion brand. He added, quote, we hope LGBTQ plus people know they don't have to reject every part of where they came from in order to embrace who they are, end quote. Well, their stuff is really cute. And, oh my God, talk about bad timing, right? Like pie in your face after this. And I love his ending quote, that we just hope that people know they could be included everywhere in every religion. So, I don't know. I thought that was
I'm just curious why they're against it when there's no sexual activity going on those clothes.
No.
And that's what they're saying is sinful. Who said there's sex activity going on?
Did you see some of the...
They were kissing. Okay, what makes that sexual activity?
Oh, it's sexual activity, all right.
John, you're one of those. Okay. Who still thinks you're a virgin?
Yes.
If.
I think that I think that these guys are wonderful. Those clothes look great, and I'm still in my 20s, so I think I'm going to order some. And,
you should. The belly one that shows the midriff, right?
The midriff.
Listen, the Mormons are having quite a year, right? I mean, again,
the housewives.
Again, that's what I was going to say, that the secret lives of Mormon wives, that like one of them is bisexual,
right.
You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So I mean, come on, this is their year. Why not?
Maybe design like their temple garments, but with their underwear, but with some of the...
But like rhinestones.
Like something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, make it fierce.
Make it work. Just saying, sometimes the universe is telling you love thy neighbor in their own way.
I'm Bon Biggs, and let's queer up faith. The Satanic Temple says up to half of its members are LGBTQ+. The Satanic Temple is a non-theistic religious organization that says advocacy for LGBTQ+ equality has been part of its mission since its founding. Co-founder Lucian Greaves told LGBTQ Nation, quote, "I think there were a lot of LGBTQ people who felt they didn't have a place with a religious identity. And so when we came along, they felt naturally that this is what Satanism clearly can allow for. Because unfortunately, Christian nationalism has defined itself, at least partially, by its rejection of the LGBTQ rights," end quote. Greaves said the temple had planned to challenge same-sex marriage bans before the Supreme Court legalized marriage equality nationwide in 2015. More recently, the temple launched an expert witness service to support transgender members challenging restrictions on gender-affirming care, because bodily autonomy is one of the temple's core religious tenets. Greaves said the organization believes it could argue that denying such care infringes on religious liberty. Greaves shared, quote, "We can defend trans rights if it comes to the point where somebody comes to us and they say they're actually just not allowed to get gender-affirming care. We could absolutely make a case that that's an infringement on religious liberty," end quote. For many LGBTQ people, the search for faith, community, and belonging continues to be deeply a personal journey. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Let me get this straight. So people spent decades, more than decades, telling us folks that we didn't belong in their church. And now they're shocked because people needed to find community somewhere else? Please explain that to me. Rejection has consequences, right? Like, we're so blown away by that word Satan. Satan doesn't exist. There is not a hell. There's not somewhere that you're going to die to and you go burn to death. We are in hell right now.
In Florida, yeah.
Figuratively and everythingly, okay?
Right.
We are. There isn't some man down there with horns, that doesn't exist. And so we're so afraid of that word. So it's like the Satanic Temple. These people are probably the nicest people ever. Mm-hmm. They go to pride parades. They go to equality marches. All right? And it's us that are kind of like, shit, we don't want them to support us. But why?
Oh, I do.
Because of the word Satan?
Right.
You know what I mean? No, not everybody, because of course we also have John Hayden.
Well, Satan has feelings too, I love the legal aspect of this because, under the guise of religion,
yes,
you could say, this is my religion and these are my religious rights. So I think that's actually quite clever. And the co-founder's name, Lucian Greaves, that must be
There's a whole documentary.
name.
Watch it. It's fantastic. Lucian is great, and what he says is correct, right? They're a church, so they need to be respected regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And if they want to go and support trans rights, who are we to say anything?
Right.
We need that. Come on, join the party.
As long as they're not hurting people or not doing like human sacrifices,
And they're not.
virgin
No.
sacrifices. Good luck in Florida with finding one, that sort of thing. So.
To quote South Park's A Woodland Critter Christmas, Hail Satan.
Hail Satan.
I'm FayWhat, and let's queer up trans rights. Trump administration withdraws proposed anti-trans hospital rule after more than 30,000 public comments. The rule could have stripped hospitals of Medicare and Medicaid funding if they continued providing gender-affirming care to transgender minors. The proposal, introduced by the Department of Health and Human Services in December, never took effect. Its withdrawal follows more than 30,000 public comments opposing the measure, including nearly 20,000 submitted by supporters of the Human Rights Campaign. Major medical organizations also urged the administration to abandon the rule. Legal experts say the volume and substance of the comments likely expose legal vulnerabilities. Former Department of Health and Human Services General Counsel Sam Bagenstos says, quote, "Sometimes the comments come in and it's just overwhelmingly clear that the rule that they want to propose is indefensible," end quote. Human Rights Campaign President Kelly Robinson called the decision a victory for public advocacy. The rule would have allowed the federal government to remove hospitals from Medicare and Medicaid programs if they provided certain gender-affirming treatments to patients under 18, putting broader hospital funding at risk. The administration continues pursuing other policies targeting transgender healthcare, including a separate proposal that would restrict Medicaid and CHIP coverage for gender-affirming care for minors. Legal experts worry that this is a tactical retreat and not a broader shift in policy. So more than 30,000 public comments helped stop this proposal. That's proof that speaking up still freaking matters.
Yes.
Democracy isn't just voting every 4 years, people. It's showing up every chance you get. Today, tomorrow, whatever, and today the people actually got to win.
I am such a cynic. When everybody's up there going, call your senator, write your congressman, all that stuff. And I'm always like, they don't care. It's not going to make a change. I'm so glad to sit here today and say I was absolutely wrong. In this case, it made a change. Right. Or it didn't make the change, as the case would be. Like you said, though, Faye, it's probably a tactical withdrawal, and they're probably going to come at it from a different angle, maybe a completely different department of the government. So we have to stay on our toes. But my God, I've never been so happy to be wrong in my life.
That never happens for you,
I mean, I think about the Medicare and Medicaid and the people that are on those, for especially gender affirming care. And I would really want to quantify how many people that is, because I don't know really how many that would be. But at the same time, I'm looking at, do they not realize the damage that they're going to do by reversing and not allowing care to be given? I mean, both emotionally, physically. They're going to endure even probably more issues than what they're going through just trying to complete, get their care. Yeah. And I think that there's there's going to be a blowback because of it if that ever goes through.
Well, and stories like this, like vague stories like this, sometimes also hurt the whole situation, right? Because, people really do believe that we're doing, gender assignment surgery on 12-year-olds. Right. You know what I mean? Right. People really believe that. Yes. People think that we're doing them in schools. Right. In prisons. In the 8 hours that they're in school, we're doing something to them. You know what I mean? Right. So, with this, it's like, gender affirming care could be puberty blockers, could be therapy, could be sitting with someone that knows more than you and being able to get your thoughts across. Right. And with something like that, you wanted to cut funding for the whole entire hospital to help any transgender person. Right.
Plus, gender affirming care, there's so many gender affirming care modalities for children that are not trans, right? So how is that legally and constitutionally correct, right? And as far as like public comments, it's so important for us to, in your local government, in your state government, to be abreast of what's happening and to make those public comments, because it does make a change. It does make a difference, as we see here. Right. So, yeah.
Yeah. So make those comments, okay? Be loud and proud, okay? When your significant other is like, are you on the phone? Yes, I am making my voice known.
And if you don't have the answer to make a comment, ask a friend.
Chat GPT.
Yeah. Well, that too. But
helps a lot. Just saying. LGBTQ 1 Minute News. Let's queer up lesbian and queer culture. Cara Delevingne becomes Playboy's first ever lesbian print cover. She's on the magazine's summer 2026 issue, photographed by Zoe Grossman with a profile by author Otessa Moshfegh. The cover also marks the first time a supermodel has worn the iconic bunny suit on a Playboy cover since Kate Moss in 2014. Delevingne said the shoot felt empowering because it was on her own terms. She said, quote, "I've been naked before in shoots, in movies, but it always made me feel a bit gross when it was for someone else, of course. It was my choice and I agreed to it, but it never felt empowering," end quote. The actor and model publicly came out as lesbian in May after previously identifying as pansexual. And Cara looks great. She looks beautiful. You know what I mean? She says posing on her own terms finally made her feel empowering. And that's the real headline, right? Whether she's gay, straight, bi, pan, whatever she is, she's owning her body, and I'm here for it.
I thought the real headline was that Playboy still prints magazines.
No, they don't they? Isn't it just only online now?
No, I think they do a quarterly now. Like she's on the physical cover.
Oh, okay.
Of
Well, I
something
mean, but even if
that's
she was on the
shipping.
cover of the one just online,
Oh, yeah.
it's still a cover, John.
Oh yeah.
Does it make it
Is
the
it though?
back?
Is it though?
Well, I mean, I guess it's different if you don't have the actual copy when you're pleasuring certain things.
And
So
I
I guess
like-
you need it. I guess you need the magazine. I get it.
And don't share it. 'cause
Okay,
ew.
don't share it.
I mean, it was
Because-
like the time you were on the cover of Outclick. You know, I had to lay in bed and read the book, right?
a little different.
Oh, okay.
This time the pages might be stuck together.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Maybe she could have worn this in the shoot instead of the bunny ears.
No, the bunny ears were way back.
LGBTQ plus 1 minute news. Let's queer up entertainment and sexy men. Henry Cavill and Jake Gyllenhaal's homoerotic In the Gray finds streaming success after flopping at the box office. The film follows two mercenaries hired to recover a massive debt from a dictator. Early reviews highlighted the subtle homoerotic undertones, including scenes where Cavill's Sig and Gyllenhaal's Bronco pose as a married couple to check into a hotel. No twin beds for us. The Guardian's Benjamin Lee said the pair is, for all intents and purposes, playing a gay couple. Despite earning only about $13 million worldwide, the film is now climbing the streaming charts. According to Collider, In the Gray has reached number 6 on Prime Video in the US, Mexico, and Brazil, and also breaking Apple's top 10 in several other countries. I've gotten to be in a room with both of these guys, and let me tell you, they are just as personable as you would want them to be, and are just as sexy. I would say even the camera doesn't do them justice. So, but as far as the movie flopping, I mean, this is where we're at now. People are going to wait and see stuff on streaming. You know, maybe
100%.
maybe a movie like The Odyssey. Like I'll pay money to go see that in IMAX because it's
Well, because it's the Odyssey.
and it's
Yes.
going to be huge. But a movie like this, you can see it just fine on your 60-inch television.
I just
Plus,
want to
you
know
can
who.
pause it.
That part.
For the
Watch
parts.
it in segments of 5 to 7 minutes, just like I did.
Who
Oh my
is
God.
the dictator? That's all I want to know.
That's all you want to know. He'll fast forward to that.
Oh my goodness. Dictator. Number 1 on Apple.
LGBTQ 1 minute news. Let's queer up the USA view. Charlie Kirk statue planned for Times Square draws online criticism. Pro-Trump Italian artist Sergio Fortunati announced a statue honoring MAGA influencer Charlie Kirk will be unveiled in New York City's Times Square on September 10th, marking 1 year since Kirk's death. Fortunati is raising funds online, and the campaign has collected about $1,400 towards its $150,000 goal. The campaign states, quote, "There's been lots of talk from politicians, and none of them, absolutely none of them, have come up with a serious plan or a financial business plan to install a memorial for Charlie. We, the people, can erect this eternal masterpiece. Donors of any kind will have their name engraved on the monument's platform. So yes, your name will be eternally attached to Charlie Kirk," end quote. However, since the announcement, the Instagram commenters on the artist's page are saying it'll be destroyed and vandalized within seconds of its display. And I agree with that. I do think it'll be destroyed and vandalized, and it's politically incorrect, correctly impolitical. One of those situations.
I remember the day he died. I was so happy. The world is such a better place without Charlie Kirk in it. And just one thing I would change about the statue is like every hour, maybe like just a little comes out the side.
I don't know about all that, but $150,000 statue, and they've only raised $1,500.
I know.
Listen, that's giving me GoFundMe meets wishful thinking. All right, New Yorkers are already predicting it'll last about as long as an ice sculpture in July.
Yeah. Pretty much.
All right, it just is what it is. It's not gonna.
We'll
last.
wait for the sales to go on Temu. LGBTQ 1 minute news. Let's queer up the worldview. Botswana's same-sex marriage challenge faces religious and cultural opposition in court. Botswana is facing renewed debate over LGBTQ rights as a gay couple challenges the country's ban on marriage equality. The couple appeared in court on July 14th, arguing the Marriage Act is unconstitutional because it recognizes only a bride and a bridegroom. Court documents say officials refused to register their marriage in 2025 and advised them to marry in South Africa instead. The case has drawn opposition from many domestic, religious, and cultural groups. Botswana decriminalized same-sex relationships in 2019. Part of this, I'm very happy about this because one is it's about challenges, right? And we had a story about that earlier about, the people that actually got some things reversed. So I feel like in this case, it represents something important, a willingness to keep the conversation moving forward. Throughout history, LGBTQ progress has often begun when people choose to advocate for change through the legal process.
I think it's great that Botswana decriminalized. I mean, coming from Zimbabwe, and Botswana was my neighbor, that is progress. So we have to keep on showing up, showing out, saying the things we need to say. So I'm proud of them.
Yay, Botswana!
Yeah.
Go Botswana!
Go Botswana! I don't think they ever expected a bunch of people free from the U.S. to do that, right?
Right. There we go.
LGBTQ 1-minute news. Let's queer up entertainment. Ariana Grande fuels reunion speculation, with ex Ricky Alvarez. Ariana Grande has sparked speculation as she has reunited with ex-boyfriend Ricky Alvarez after changing a lyric in Thank You Next during her Eternal Sunshine tour stop in Brooklyn. Videos showing Grande singing "Wrote Some Songs About Ricky, We Always Find Our Way Back" instead of the original lyric, "Wrote Some Songs About Ricky, Now I Listen and Laugh." You get that? Did you hear that, Brooklyn? Okay, send me that video if you did. Fans viewed the change as a possible reference to Alvarez, who has also been spotted with Grande in recent weeks. The speculation follows reports that Grande and her Wicked co-star Ethan Slater ended their relationship after 3 years together. Ariana don't waste no time. She always got somebody. Always. Like, thank you next. Who's next? Let's go, What anybody should be really talking about is, Ariana, are you going to eat a burger anytime soon? That's just me being jealous because you're skinny. Could be completely honest. I mean, that's what it is.
I'm just glad to hear that Ethan's back on the market. He broke up with Ariana. He divorced his wife for her. So he is 100% single, and he is welcome to walk down my yellow brick road anytime.
Oh, my.
As a nonprofit LGBTQ media organization, we'd like to thank our viewers for supporting our mission to tell the stories of the queer community. We'd also like to thank the generous support of Jets Pizza. Jets is the LGBTQ community's most popular pizza in South Florida. That's my pizza, John!
Take a look around these streets. Do you really think we woke up one day and said, yeah, the world needs more pizza? Nah, just a better one. Better, like the world's best pizza. Jet's Detroit-style pizza. Hand-pressed and baked to the thickest, crispiest crunch. You're welcome. Now visit jetspizza.com and save. Click on hot deals for special offers in your area. Jets. Better because it has to be.
These are today's headlines from Queer News Tonight. And our anchors represent the best of our LGBTQ family.
If our community is important to you, share this news with your friends and family. Don't forget to join the conversation on your favorite streaming platform. You're touching me.
Queer News Tonight is the only live LGBTQ digital television show in the world that is, quote, out of the closet and into the headlines, end quote. Sorry, I was distracted by these children. We need your support. If our community is to grow and then thrive, we must tell our stories and bring them to the attention of the broader world.
This is the only place in the world that tells these type of LGBTQ stories in motion and sound. That is the passion of Hotspots Magazine, Happening Out Television Network, and Queer News Tonight.
I'm your lead anchor, FayWhat! And I thank you for joining us on behalf... What are you wearing on your head? John, take that off! The show's going to get canceled with you wearing that. Yes. Thank you. On behalf of my fellow LGBTQ anchors here at Queer News Tonight, including John Hayden, Franchesca D'Amore, love you, sister, and Vaughn Biggs, love you, bro. We'll see you daily at 8 p.m. To our LGBTQ plus world, we wish you a good night.
Good night.